In a quiet village on the edge of a vast desert lived a young camel herder named Idris. Known for his gentle nature and strong work ethic, he cared deeply for his animals, guiding them across long distances in search of water and shade. On the outside, Idris seemed calm and steady. His hands were skilled, and his steps never faltered. But inside, he wrestled with doubts that no one could see. Every morning, even before the birds began to sing, his mind filled with anxious thoughts. You're not as wise as your father. You're going to fail. Everyone will see you're not strong enough. These voices haunted him like shadows that never faded, whispering as he worked, shouting when he was alone. Idris tried to silence them. He worked harder, prayed longer, and pushed himself to be better. But the more he struggled, the louder the thoughts became. Though he still smiled, the joy in his heart slowly faded. His camels sensed his unease, and even the villagers noticed he had become distant. Yet no one knew the silent battle Idris fought each day, not against the desert, but against the storm within his own mind. One season, Idris was chosen to lead a caravan across the Great Dune, a vast, dangerous stretch of desert known for its shifting sands and intense heat. Though it was an honor, fear quickly returned. The same thoughts crept in. You're not strong enough. What if you get them lost? Part of him wanted to refuse, but a quiet voice deep inside encouraged him to go. So he accepted. For days, the caravan moved slowly under the burning sun. Idris guided them carefully, using the stars at night and the wind by day. But the thoughts never left. They whispered and nagged like sand trapped in his clothes. On the fifth day, the caravan stopped to rest near a lonely dune. Idris wandered off, hoping to find peace. There, he saw an old man sitting alone in the sand, drawing circles with his finger. The man wore simple robes and had a calm, peaceful look. Without looking up, he spoke. You carry noise in your mind. Idris was shocked. How did he know? The mechanic's thoughts are like visitors. Some bring truth, some bring lies. Don't argue with them, he said. Just notice them. Let them pass. That moment marked a turning point in Idris's journey, not just through the desert, but within himself. That night, after speaking with the old man, something shifted inside Idris. The desert hadn't changed. The stars still glowed above. The journey remained long, but his mind felt lighter. The next morning, as the caravan set off again, the familiar thoughts returned. You're going to fail. What if they discover your fear? But this time, Idris didn't argue. He didn't try to fight them. Instead, he imagined them as clouds drifting across a wide, open sky. He noticed them, but didn't follow them. Each day, the caravan continued through the harsh desert. The thoughts came and went, but Idris gave them no power. And in their silence, something new began to grow. A quiet strength, steady and deep like still waters. Idris found hidden wells among the rocks and led the group safely through dangerous terrain. He even helped a fellow traveler calm a panicked camel, not with words, but simply by sitting beside it and breathing slowly. His calmness was no longer an act, it had become real. Years later, people remembered Idris not just as a skilled herder, but as a man of deep peace, one who could guide others not only through deserts, but through their own inner storms. The story of Idris teaches us a timeless lesson about the nature of our thoughts and the path to inner peace. Negative thoughts can come at any moment. Doubts, fears, feelings of not being good enough. They might knock on the door of our minds 100 times a day. Like Idris, the story of Idris teaches us a timeless lesson about the nature of our thoughts and the path to inner peace. Negative thoughts can come at any moment. Doubts, fears, feelings of not being good enough. They might knock on the door of our minds 100 times a day. Like Idris, we often try to fight them, to argue or silence them. But as he discovered, the more we struggle against these thoughts, the stronger they become. True peace doesn't come from defeating every negative idea. It comes from learning how to respond, or rather, how not to respond. Idris learned to observe his thoughts without judgment, to treat them like visitors who do not need to be entertained. He didn't deny their presence, but he no longer gave them control. In their place, calm and quiet strength began to grow. By the end of his journey, Idris had not only crossed the Great Dune, he had also crossed the landscape of his own fears. His transformation inspired others, showing that true leadership and wisdom come not from pretending to be fearless, but from walking with fear, and not letting it lead the way. Moral: you don't have to let every thought sit by your fire. Notice them, then let them pass. From Idris's journey, we can also learn through the language used to describe his inner world. Certain words in the story help express the emotional weight he carried. For example, the word nagging describes thoughts that are constant and bothersome, just like the self-doubt that kept returning to Idris, poking at him like grains of sand stuck in his clothes. These weren't just occasional worries. They clung to him persistently, wearing him down over time. Another powerful word is clung, which shows how these thoughts attached themselves to him, like burrs stuck to a traveler's robe. No matter how far he walked or how hard he worked, they remained close until he learned to stop holding on to them. Lastly, whirlwind, though not directly in the story, captures the intense mental chaos Idris experienced. A fast, swirling storm of fear, confusion, and pressure. His mind was often like a stormy desert wind, wild and unsteady. Through all of this, Idris learned that thoughts are not facts. They are like wind, clouds, or travelers passing through. And we have the power to choose which ones we welcome and which ones we let move on. The journey of Idris is more than just a story. It's a reminder that the greatest challenges we face are often not around us, but within us. Idris did not fight beasts or enemies in the desert. Instead, he faced the quiet but relentless storm of his own doubts and fears. Like many of us, he believed for a long time that to find peace, he had to push those thoughts away or defeat them. But true peace came only when he stopped trying to fight and started learning how to let go. Negative thoughts may still appear every day. They may whisper that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, or that others will see your weakness. But as Idris learned, we don't need to answer them. We don't have to believe everything we think. Thoughts are like visitors at the door. Some bring truth, others bring fear. But you choose which ones to invite in. By watching his thoughts like clouds drifting across the sky, Idris found strength, calm, and clarity. And through his example, we too can learn to face our own inner deserts with courage and compassion. Final message. Peace does not come from winning the battle within. It comes from not letting the battle control you. Nếu bạn cần tôi đọc lại